Okay, so please tell me your name, sir.
FARTY McHORSEMAN.
FARTY McHORSEMAN. And what do you do for a living?
I play puncher for the Fresno Grizzlies.
Puncher?
Yeah.
Now, excuse me, but aren't the Fresno Grizzlies a baseball team?
Yes, they are, but I just punched the person from the opponent team that's making a run.
I'm not an expert on baseball, but I think that's illegal.
It isn't. Well, I don't go to the penalty box. I just punched the ref, and then he said I could still play.
Oh. Have you always been violent?
I was born on 49th and Shaw, so what do you think?
So we have 49th and Shaw, huh?
Yeah. In a dark alley.
Oh,
at
yeah.
like about 12 o'clock p.m.
Tell me your childhood. Tell me about your childhood.
In the spring, we used to make dead rat helmets, and when I misbehaved, I was beaten against the alley wall when I was in a bag.
And you were telling me something before we went on tape about your parents and their occupations. Can you tell me that?
Well, my father was a horse that got convicted in prison got convicted murder for killing his rider, and my mother was a hobo on the streets.
Now, you say a horse? Did I hear you correctly?
Yes, a horse.
Not a person who rides a horse, but an actual horse.
Yes, a horse.
Four-legged horse.
Yes, a four-legged horse.
Okay.
Well, actually, it's a three-legged horse now because in the battle of the rider and the horse, it cut off one of the horse's legs, my father's legs.
Okay. Well, okay. That's a very curious upbringing for someone who has grown up to be a puncher for the Fresno Grizzlies, don't you think?
By a horse's behavior, not surprising.
Okay. So what are your aspirations?
My aspirations is sometimes join the Yankees someday.
As a puncher?
Yes.
Okay. So you want to do the same thing but just on the major league level?
Yes.
Okay. And do you think you might make that someday?
Well, I got some of the amounts of, I got my collectings. I got 50 bottle caps and a penny.
Okay. So you're going to try to buy your way onto the Yankees?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you actually, that raises an interesting issue. Do you get paid or do you pay the team?
Both. I get paid a penny and I pay that one penny to the team. But I kept this one because once I was paid two.
So essentially you're a volunteer?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, how do you make a living? Because volunteering...
I make a living out of... I use a dumpster as a bed.
Okay.
A dumpster with a trash bag on top on the upper corner and also a trash bag on top. Here's how I sleep. Basically, you need two trash bags, one filled, one not filled, a dumpster, and you're gonna use the filled trash bag as a pillow. Sometimes that gets annoying. Sometimes you hit your head on a soda can or something, and then you stuff yourself in the non-filled bag, and that's your blanket.
Well, what do you do for food and clothing and things such as that?
I just eat what I find in the trash.
Well, did you ever occur to you maybe at the ball game you could get some food or something?
Well, a 9-course meal is basically a dead rotten fish from the trash and an apple core.
Okay. All right. So that's how you stay in such great shape then?
Yes.
Okay. Well, this has been a very engaging and enlightening interview. I'd like to thank you for appearing on our show today. And do you have any last words to say to the people out there in TV land?
Yes. Sleep with one eye open.
Don't sleep with one eye open, or
Sleep with one eye open.
And the reason being?
Because I'll get you.
Thank you.